Hello, class. I am from Guangxi Financial Vocational College, Mr. EC1. Welcome to statistics class. Today we will focus on sampling inference, learning point estimation and interval estimation. Whether it's for future market research or financial analysis, this knowledge point can come in very handy. Let's start right away. There is a large supermarket chain. It has 1,000 stores. Management wants to know about last month average sales across all stores. If you go to the statistics one by one, that will spend too much time and manpower. Therefore, they randomly selected 50 stores as a sample. Which brings us to what we're going to learn today. How to make use of the data from these 50 stores to make precise inferences about the overall situation of 1,000 stores. Here it is. Well, there are two ways to achieve the above sampling inference, which are point estimation and interval estimation. First, let's look at method 1, point estimation. And the solution is quite simple. Just use a certain value of the sample directly to estimate the parameters of the population. In this supermarket case, we smoked 50 stores. Figure out that the average sales last month were 500,000 yuan. Then we can regard this 500,000 yuan as a point estimate of the overall average sales for 1,000 stores. However, this approach has a drawback. It can't tell us what is the difference between this estimated value and the true population mean. In addition, this method cannot reflect the reliability of the estimate. The second method, interval estimation, is different. It can give a range. Let's extrapolate the overall situation with more confidence. For example, McDonald's wants to conduct a survey on customer spending within a 7-week period. But it is impractical to ask all customers one by one. So, we choose the spending amount of 49 customers is randomly checked. It is now necessary to estimate at the 90% qualitative level the qualitative range of average customer spending. Like this, we can efficiently and statistically validate to determine the approximate range of the overall average consumption. So, what does the above interval estimate mean? Simply put, we don't just calculate a rough estimate. Also need to calculate the range within which this estimated value might fall. So how is this interval calculated? Work in 3 steps. Step 1. Calculate the total average consumption amount. First, calculate the sample mean and sample standard deviation. Calculate the sample mean, add up the 49 customers, and divide by 49. The average consumption is calculated to be 32 yuan. That is how we obtain the calculation results of point estimation. The average consumption per customer in McDonald's restaurants is 32 yuan. And then, calculate the sample standard deviation. Bring data into the calculation result is 9.45 yuan. Then calculate the standard error. In feed data, the result is 1.35. The second step requires a 90% probability guarantee. That is, the confidence level is equal to 90%. Check the probability table and get t equal to 1.64. The third step is to calculate the margin of error and determine the upper and lower limits of the interval. Input the calculated data into the margin of error formula. The result is 2.2 yuan. With a margin of error, the upper and lower limits of the range are out. The lower bound is equal to the sample mean minus the margin of error. -1 to -2.2 equals 29.8. The upper limit is equal to the sample mean plus the margin of error. 32 plus 2.2 equals 34.2. Therefore, the final conclusion is drawn. Guaranteed with a 90% probability, average spending by McDonald's customers is between 29.8 yuan and 34.2 yuan. This gives supermarket management a clear scope. Let them know the overall sales situation. Have a clearer understanding. It is convenient for them to make subsequent decisions and analysis. For example, setting sales targets for the next month, adjusting the purchasing strategy. For the convenience of everyone to remember, I organized the core formula into 3 steps. Step 1. Calculate the sample mean and standard error. Step 2. Find the t-value corresponding to the confidence level. Step 3. Calculate the margin of error and the interval. Interval estimation is based on point estimation, combined with probabilistic guarantees. It not only gives the possible range of values for the overall parameter, also through probability. Tell us how reliable this range is, making inferences more rigorous and comprehensive. Students, statistical inference looks like a calculation formula. Behind the scenes is actually talking with data. Financial people who are responsible for the conclusion. For example, when doing financial analysis, infer the company's average cost range. If you choose any sample, calculate the parameters indiscriminately, the resulting interval error is very large. Will dig a big hole in decision-making. For example, in the case of market survey, McDonald's investigates the accuracy of consumption data and the reliability of the range, which directly affects pricing strategies and cost control. And remember that, as a financial trader, data integrity is just as important as professional competence. In daily work, study, and life, we must adhere to scientific methods in making inferences to provide support for decision-making. That is the real skill. So, let's do a quick recap about the content of this lesson. At work, point estimation can quickly give a general reference. Interval estimation is suitable for scenarios that require accurate inference. Remember the steps and logic of both. Choose the right method for subsequent data inference analysis. Use data to support decision-making reliably. We must adhere to data integrity. Let every inference stand the test. This is the professional base color we should have. Students, that's it for today's micro class. Practice again with the case after class. Next time you encounter interval estimation, you will definitely understand in seconds. See you next time.